Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. And this morning I'd like to capture my thoughts with the word good mistakes. I pause intentionally because I wanted you to run into good mistakes. First, let me start with the story of Abraham and Sarah and Hagar and Ishmael. And do you remember that God made a promise to Abraham and told Abraham, I'm going to give you a son. But you know, Abraham's impatience and Sarah's faithlessness drove Abraham to have a child, or Sarah's son, with Hagar. And that son became Ishmael. And so that Ishmael, you know, the Bible says something about Ishmael. God said he saw it was going to be against everybody, and everybody saw it was going to be against him. So Ishmael was an avowed enemy of Israel. Israel was an avowed enemy of Isaac because Ishmael was driven away because of Isaac. So there's that thing that still runs, and it still runs, you know. Ishmael and Isaac are always in trouble till today, you know. Then guess what? On the day that Joseph was being sold as a slave, who was he sold to? To Ishmaelites. There were descendants of Ishmael. That is, people who came from the loins of Ishmael, or people who were sired by Ishmael. Oh, the enemy taking Joseph to Egypt, where he needed to be. You know, Joseph's dreams were two. One was purpose, and the other was placement, geographical placement. The first was purpose, as God, his sheep standing up, and then his brother sheep bowing. Sheep stands for harvest. Everybody was going to have a harvest, but the harvest of Joseph was going to stand up. It was going to be very prominent. And by the way, the purpose was that his harvest was going to serve, because in the kingdom, the greatest is the least. So, and the greatest is the servant. So his harvest was going to serve the harvest of his brothers. So here we go. The first one was purpose, but the second one was placement. Sun, moon, and stars, referring to Egypt. There is a geography to the purpose of God for your life. And God was saying, this thing was going to happen in Egypt. Egyptians built their pyramids according to the constellation of the stars. And the Egyptians were also stargazers, if you remember. So here's the principle. The Ishmaelites, who were avowed enemies of this, take a son of Isaac, take a descendant of Isaac, you know, a descendant of Isaac, and takes that descendant of Isaac to his purpose, Egypt, for him to become a prime minister there. You know one thing? Sometimes you may not, but the vehicle by which God may bring you to the purpose of your life, or to destiny, or to the place where he wants you to be, the vehicle, for your information, may sometimes be even your enemies. That is, they thought they pushed you. No, they didn't push you. They pushed you towards your destiny. They thought they did you evil. No, they just brought you to a calculated end of God, a promised end of God that God has laid up for you. So, you know what? Good mistakes. So Abraham's mistake became the vehicle by which Joseph walked into destiny, the fulfillment of destiny. All I'm trying to say is that all things work together for good. So I like to see what is the good in this. See beyond the immediate. And perhaps we can judge pretty much after the story is over. So wait until your story is over before you begin to look acrimoniously at some things or some people who did you harm. Well, the choices are yours. See you later.